just start with that, whatever the hell that was. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast of stuff, episode 53. So
Now
I didn't know if we
exhaustion.
were gonna have an episode, because 5 minutes leading up to it, I was the only one in the chat. BG has, to me, a legitimate excuse of he is in immense back pain.
Immense.
He just said before we started streaming that he literally almost collapsed. Was it today or yesterday?
Oh, no. It's not almost. I did collapse. I was talking and I went, whoa, and fell to my knees.
Been there. Herniated disc in my back. Been there.
And then Ralph just forgot it was fucking Wednesday.
I forgot that today was a day, to be honest with you. I don't even know. All I know is it was
How,
a day.
Sway?
How? Okay. 7 days of retarded level work. I can't even stress how ridiculous the work has been this week. We had a walkthrough with the entire upper echelon of the company, so we had to basically rebuild half the store. So there was a lot that went into this. Every part of my body hurts right now. I am 4 shots of espresso deep, and I still am not. My eyes are not fully open. Like, I kind of just sat down in my chair and just blobbed when I woke up.
Blobbed.
I just literally. I am just sitting here with no feeling anywhere except just throbbing annoyance of every muscle. It's just I don't want to function right now. Can I not be awake?
So
awful.
Yeah. So when you posted that, well, actually it was yesterday we were supposed to have a little powwow about theme song stuff, and DA just text saying, yeah, he woke up with immense back pain. I was like, oh, of all the days, of all the days for him to just come up with something that could possibly be a distraction, it's literally the day Injustice comes out.
Luckily, I had played the game. I had owned the game 5 days before release, so shut up.
Ah, nice.
Still.
How you liking it?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love Captain Cold to death.
I've heard Cold is a lot more broken than people thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he's kind of broke. It's a little ugly, but I love him.
Oh, man, Freaky Cop Bros picking the broken character again. How much
I get that all the time.
I was like, how much have you gotten?
I say this all the time. Whenever I take interest in a character, they're always to start out with a top 5 character. I don't know what happens. It happened with Superman, Cassie, and now Captain Cold looks really, really broke.
So what's it looking like, the top tier right now?
It's really hard to say.
Just ballpark it. Just what do you think?
Captain Cold is up there. A lot of people are hating on Deadshot because of his zoning, but I don't think he's actually that good. Black Adam is ridiculous.
Again.
Yeah. But he's ridiculous in a much more fair way. It's not dumb. He's just really strong. Ivy is super strong.
Really? Ivy?
Yes.
What makes her strong?
Oh my goodness. Her freaking zoning, that stupid trait of hers,
the
little plant monster
that just shoots little poison balls.
She has fairly good mix-ups, good damage. She has a 4-3 that advances halfway across the screen. It's ridiculous. I really like Black Canary. Her only problem is she doesn't really have a projectile, so she has trouble getting in.
She's
but
pure melee.
Robin's mix-ups are so f***ing ridiculous.
Like in the good way, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, for Robin
which
players.
Which Robin? We talking Red? Because isn't there 3 Robins? There's Nightwing, Red Robin, and Damian.
No, right now there's only Nightwing, and he's only in story mode. But of course, he's gonna be a skin later on somehow.
Okay.
And there's the actual Robin, which is Damian, and that's the Robin. He has swords and teleports and stuff. His mix-ups are so ridiculous. So he might be up there.
They said the first event is what now, in 2 weeks?
Next week.
Next week. Okay.
Next week.
Getting the back brace.
I might have to. No
Dude,
joke. It's
Dude,
terrible.
I've been there. I know the feeling.
So I picked up the game as well. I literally about an hour ago got through like all the story mode variations,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, like the
How did you like
ladder.
those endings?
freaking Superman's is just like, wow.
Superman's is uber dark.
Yeah, it's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
way to like just utterly go dark side.
Oh yeah.
It's
No,
like,
but that,
you're gonna
that-
conform, or I'm just gonna make you.
Yeah, the mind control device. I was just like, oh shit, oh shit. He's threatening his cousin with that.
Super brainy man.
But the conversation they have before that final confrontation in story mode was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, I miss the people we.
I
were.
miss people we used to be. Me too. And then that final clash, I was just like, oh, this is such good writing.
Yeah, people. I still say this is their best story to date.
Oh, I would probably actually be in complete agreement. This is gonna get a comic too, right? Or does it have one already?
Yeah,
Oh, the comic's already
yeah.
working.
It's like
Yeah.
chapter 6 at this point, I think.
I need this. I need all of this as a comic.
The
Yeah.
comic is what happened between the 5 years of Injustice 1 and Injustice 2, basically.
Okay, but I want this storyline as a comic too.
The Injustice universe is legit a good universe.
It is.
really
This is
enjoyable.
what they need to do with the movie franchise right now.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not, but it. Oh man.
They would have to give NetherRealm some form of royalty if they did that, wouldn't they?
I would assume so because they did write the story, but then I don't know because
DC
it's all
owns
owned
the
by-
rights. DC
No,
owns
it's
the
all
rights.
owned by WB. DC and NetherRealm is owned by DC, so
Okay.
Yeah,
it'd probably just be like, "Hey, we're using your story. You know, you're part of us, so
yeah.
there you go. We own it anyway."
Here's some kickback. Here's a bonus for your end of the year check. Just fuck off.
Mhm. So,
So,
basi-
wait, didn't they do that for the first Injustice? Didn't they make a comic out of the storyline for that too?
yes, they
Yeah,
did.
for the 5 years prior to it happening, so you see
Oh, Lois pregnant and
Superman.
all that.
Yeah, you see all
Okay.
that.
I actually, my roommate Brian has Year One, like the entire graphic novel of Year One. I'm staring at it right now. I'm gonna
Oh,
be
that
reading
is
it.
such a good comic. That is
Year
such a good
1
comic.
and Year 2 are just like two of the best one shot
Oh.
like Elseworld Tales. that you
Elseworld
read.
Tales, yes.
That
So
shit is
good.
so good.
So good.
So
not,
I've been.
not comic wise, but have you guys seen Batman Bad Blood, the new animated movie?
Not yet.
Which one is that one?
It's the one where Batman dies, quote unquote, and Dick becomes Batman.
I may have seen it. If
I really like it, and I swear to God, I think Damian's character they built up in the animated movieverse is the best Damian to date.
I may have seen
I
it.
still-
I saw Teen Titans: The Judas Contract.
I need to see that.
Yeah, after the Judas contract comes Bad Blood. Judas contract was amazing. Terra and Deathstroke, that was perfect. But yeah, Bad Blood is like is the Batman dies storyline where Dick becomes Batman,
Yeah.
and it's got Batwoman in it, and it's got Talia, it's Damian. It's really really good. But I cannot like this animated movieverse. I'm gonna put it. Their rendition of Damian is my favorite Damian. He is just such. Even like the voice actor they have to play is so snarky and it's amazing. I love it. It makes it for me.
So I've been trying to in Injustice. I've been playing around with Darkseid just because
Of course you
I
are.
love. First of all, I love his just standard light attack is just a backhanded slap.
Of course.
Just like behind the back, he just goes. Psh. And like if you just space it out enough, like obviously it wouldn't work in online play, but you could just keep repeatedly back slapping people. I just found that extremely enjoyable. But yeah, that's who I've been. I still need to play around with a lot of the other people you don't play through in campaign, but I don't know. I love the pompousness of the character portrayed as Darkseid.
Of course.
Um,
What did you like the story?
I enjoyed it. I go back and forth in my head thinking if Injustice 1 had a better story or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, the first
Yeah, why?
one was kind of... it was like seeing the Avengers for the first time, seeing Superman be bad for the first time.
Yeah.
Was kind of a big thing with Injustice 1, and this one, it's you already know.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from here, but the whole storyline of it's them hoping that this whole Brainiac thing will make Superman realize that, hey, there are other ways but just being a complete total dictator, because Brainiac was like a mirror of what Superman was becoming, essentially. What Superman was becoming. So
Became.
yeah, pretty much at the end, depending on who you pick, yeah. But like obviously, if I would have been playing the game myself, I would have picked the Batman side ending. Just yeah, and just that ending itself when they sent him into the spoiler, when they sent him into the Phantom Zone, and he's just like, I'll come back. And then in you play the latter version for Batman, he's just like, I knew he said he'd come back, and I believe it. He's in there working on like kryptonite powered rocket launchers and shit in the Batcave. It's just the small imagery they used to tell the story was just really cool in this game. I really liked it a lot. So
also the facial animation is eerily good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like
really good.
I have a feeling they did the facial mocap separately from the voice acting, just because there are times where like the facial animation looks good, but it doesn't look like it quite matches the emotion of the line delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Harley especially.
She's crazy.
It's kind of hard to capture complete and utter fucking crazy.
Well, it's like if like if they put the mocap, facial mocap on the actual voice actors, it would have matched a little bit more. It's kind of hard to do with when you separate those two things.
Fair.
Not that it's not good. It just at times it was.
It's like the Captain America head in the first Avenger.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
funny.
It's off, but it's
but
not.
You're just like it's not too obvious.
But there are times where it's just like, whoa, that's off.
For sure.
Any character that you like so far?
Darkseid. I played a little bit of Brainiac, and I didn't really like him all that much.
Nah, I don't like Brains either.
I liked Blue Beetle.
Hi, me.
Enjoyed Kara, and there's still a lot I need to play. I haven't played everybody yet, especially like all the villain characters that you don't play as.
In story mode.
Yeah, have not played as Snart. Have not played as Robin.
And Snart, oh my god, he's so love.
So Joker's voice in this game just actually annoys me.
Well, they're never gonna get
Hamill,
obviously,
Yeah.
but the guy they've got doing it literally just was sheer annoyance.
Richard Epcar,
Yeah, I don't
who
like
also
it.
voices Raiden.
Yeah, oh god, he is in the game too, isn't he?
Maybe.
That's what I keep hearing. He's gonna be a DLC character.
Now, here's the thing. They had the teaser images of the characters, and then Boom tweeted out a completely different image. Now, are these characters that were teased going to be skins, or are they going to be their own character?
That is
Because
the question.
You have people thinking that Azrael is part of it, and he can just be a skin for Robin. Like,
He could.
there's no reason to have him.
Raiden could be just Black Adam.
Yeah.
Could
even,
Raiden
Or
be
just
Black Adam,
or
though?
just an electric
Raiden
version.
has the swords. He couldn't be Black Adam.
What?
Raiden, not Raiden. You're thinking Metal Gear, not Metal Gear.
I am. Yes, I'm an idiot. My bad.
Boy.
Wow.
Boy.
Wow.
What are you doing, son?
Like I told you, I'm fucking shot. I kept.
There's
wow.
a snake skin for Deadshot as well.
DA is here.
That's
Dude,
the game we all need to play right there. We need Snake in a Mortal Kombat.
But yeah,
Crap.
I'm still playing around with a lot of people.
my back.
My goal is to like get good enough with the character.
Sugar.
My goal is to get good enough with the character to beat like your fourth best.
What's
That's
up?
never gonna
I
happen.
said my goal is to get good enough with the character to beat your fourth best consistently.
It's not gonna happen, Mike. It's not gonna happen, Mike.
That's
Don't
a
even.
problem.
Yeah, don't even. I'm
My-
pretty sure the day you defeat his fourth best is the day that
I
transcends
did it in the
everything.
first Injustice.
Who was my fourth best?
I don't know who your fourth best was, but I beat at least once or twice one of your like third or fourth best characters. It was with Green Arrow. I know that much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Green Arrow is pretty easy to use.
This is not gonna happen in this game.
Try hard mode activated off the start, man.
Yeah, I'm not playing around in this game.
Oh yeah, you're going.
I'm
full
literally
try-hard?
practicing as we speak.
Okay, you better take some fucking titles home then, boy.
I just won the first Injustice pre-release tournament at the GameStop
Really?
for Lapeer, Michigan. Yes.
Hey, there we
Was
go.
there any legit competition?
Yeah, V-Man. My friend Adam.
Veritech?
Yeah, Adam Veritech. He's me, him, and Footwork are the top 3 NRS players here.
Really?
So he went. So of course competition. He beat me 3-0 in winners finals, and then I won like 6-2 in grand finals.
Okay.
Gotta put some respect on the name, boy. Let's go.
And again, he is a legit YouTuber. Jesus, 170,000 subscribers.
Who does
So
he
get
play
on that
as?
game, man.
Get on what game?
Get on the YouTube game.
He
I'm
uploaded
trying.
something today.
But the problem is my computer is just completely crapping out. If it gets even slightly too hot, it completely shuts off.
Oh, so you gotta invest in a new computer.
Yeah, I have to. There's no choice. But I'm doing this move, so
Yeah,
I've
now
got
I
no
hear
time.
you.
So it's just a bad time for it to just be conking out consistently.
If we
So
could,
I can't really
I don't know,
upload
folks.
anything right now. I'm trying my best, but it's just
Yeah.
stuff.
I hear you.
So if we suddenly disconnect, just know our computer just shut off randomly.
Okay.
Nice.
Technology.
Do you know what's doing it? Is like your hard drive?
No,
your
it's just
CPU.
the heat.
Oh. Yeah, but do you know what it is
not
that's
the
dying
heat,
on
it's
you?
humidity. You please turn them up for a second. I couldn't hear the laughter.
Oh wow,
Hello,
that is
it's
awful.
DA, but I do need
Welcome
them
to the
turned up. I
cast,
can't hear
DA. Your first line is a bomb. Thank you.
So I actually wanted to bring up something with Injustice, with BG. I like maybe a week ago or so, you put up a Facebook post that
Right click.
definitely caught my eye.
Or yeah, just turn it
That
up.
was my views on character loyalty died or something along that regard.
Oh yeah. I'm
Just-
done with character loyalty. It's useless. I'll be a character specialist. And a character specialist is someone you know of that played that character. For example, let's say I played Cassie and every other character in the game of MKX, but my go-to is Cassie. I would be a specialist for Spec Ops, but I still play every other character. I'm not loyal to Spec Ops. Character loyalty is dumb.
Hey, you're pretty loyal to Spec Ops.
Yeah, I was a character loyalist.
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb. No more of that.
How much you've changed since then?
Turncoat.
It's not a turncoat.
Benedict Arnold.
My go-to is
Benedict Cumberbatch.
my Coco co-mains are Superman.
Oh my goodness.
Right
That's just
now.
like, oh, I have a best and I have a favorite. Yeah, we all know that's just 2 number 1s.
I-
Shut that up.
My go-to right
Fuck,
now
it still works.
is Superman,
Kill
Captain
me.
Cold, and Black Canary. Oh yeah, I need to
How-
try there.
Superman is still pretty shitty, even from the beta.
Ah,
Yep.
he's good and not good.
He's good enough.
He's good enough. And
He
that's
gets to where you're going.
he is the Honda Civic of Injustice. Oh, he'll
That's an
reliably get you to the end of that match, but don't expect no horsepower, 900-mile-an-hour bush.
So not Captain Cole.
4 wheels and an engine.
I wanted to bring that up. Also, man, it sucks that she's not here. So, yesterday we had a meeting for MatsuriCon stuff.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up.
And afterwards we were just talking and, shooting the shit. And Kelly was
perfect.
going
This is
to
going right now.
mention you for something. I don't know. I forget what she said exactly. But she's like, hey, Mike, can you tell BJ that I'm like, BJ? BJ?
Ooh.
Wonder bar.
She's like, wait, no. So I felt like I had to bring that up. That was too good. So, supplementary nickname for you is now BJ. Congratulations, you won.
That's what I needed.
That's
Congratulations, you
Great.
won.
That should be your nickname now for all your Injustice tournaments. BJ to the stage, please. We need a BJ on the stage.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I still love comp buns.
Really?
That's still just the best.
They still yell it sometimes.
Do they really?
Yeah, but it's it's fun.
It's all good fun, yeah.
Okay, another thing I wanted to mention. So I'm going to be starting to do this on some different social media things now, where just for presence, every once in a while, and I've said them on the podcast, I'll just have a random fucking thought that I'm thinking, that should be talked about. Some good, some
And then
bad,
you'll forget it.
whatever. And yeah, so this one came to mind. There's a question I want to pose to you and anyone else that wants to answer this. If you had to pick a mascot for memes, who would it be?
Like a human being or a character?
Anything.
A mascot for memes.
4 came to mind when I thought of this for me.
Who?
Four different people.
Oh, okay.
Doge.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that just off of principle.
The
That dog.
the This Is Fine dog.
Glad it died.
The This Is Fine dog. Grumpy Cat. Or Nigel Thornberry.
See, you asked that question, and the first thing that popped into my mind was Sonic.
Okay, Sanic, that's a good one.
I
approve.
would eliminate Nigel immediately.
Yeah,
Really?
I would too. Yeah.
Because that's
Well, you have to think about which one has the longest staying power and which one is just instantly recognizable by the most number of people.
Yeah.
And that's got to be one of the meme faces, the troll face or the Forever Alone. One of
Okay.
those.
those are good ones too. I just like
Probably
those are the
so.
first things that came to my head, and like really the first thing that came to my head was just like a random fucking like movie thing, and then it just cuts to Nigel and it's like smashing. That's like the first thing that came to my head.
Jesus.
Nah, first thing came to mind was Sonic immediately. Especially since now they have that new Sonic game has a character creator.
Oh my god,
Oh,
we gotta
that
talk
was-
about that.
I don't know what
Oh,
they
boy.
were thinking with
No.
that. That is-
Oh, they knew exactly.
That
what
is
they
the
were saying.
smartest thing that they could have done. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're
It's
making a
also
lot
the
of money off
dumbest.
that.
Literally, it's like, what is the most popular thing that has happened to the Sonic series in the last 10 years? And it's fucking Googling your name, the Hedgehog. And they shoved it into their game.
Yep.
Oh my god. Like, I saw that and I'm like, they guaranteed this game is going to perform well.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make money,
It,
and it's gonna make a fuck ton of memes. It's
For
gonna be
sure.
like Mass Effect Andromeda level memes.
No.
Have you
It
seen the
simply
character
will
creator?
not.
Have you seen the character creator model of Mass Effect Andromeda?
It's not gonna create the memes. of
People were
Andromeda.
making like the fucking ugliest of ugly.
It's not gonna beat it.
You don't think so?
No, it's not possible. Not Andromeda. Too good.
I think it's possible.
You think wrong.
I mean, Andromeda was really bad, but this is a Sonic hot character creator. This is gonna be next level shit.
If only that was overhead.
ugh, itchy throat.
All right, let's get to it.
Alright, so do we either want to... Holy shit.
All right,
Never
Mike.
mind.
I'm
This is
dying.
murdering Mike in
we-
the podcast.
Do we either want to talk about the WoWo marketing or Guardians first?
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's talk about
Guardians
Lolo.
is gonna be a ender.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. For those that haven't been paying attention, Wonder Woman has gotten
Or the one that have.
has gotten stupidly low marketing budget
Oh yeah.
in comparison to Jesus fucking Christ, my throat.
As in,
Oh,
in
it's a-
comparison to your throat.
Yeah.
Get some fucking water, Mike. Jesus.
In comparison to other movies of the same genre, Marvel
Yeah.
movies, the different DC movies,
Superhero movies. Superhero movies. Just call it that.
and this is like a double-edged sword for this movie, because it's not getting a lot of marketing, therefore not a lot of people are seeing it or when it's going to come out.
Yep.
So just by statistics alone, it's not going to perform as well as they might think it will. And then what they're probably going to do, it's like, oh, it's a woman-led superhero movie. That's why it didn't perform. No.
Let's be honest here. We talked about this before, though. Nobody who made this movie has any hope for it doing well. We remember this conversation we had, what was it, a month and a half ago now? When like a lot of stuff was leaking about it, that literally nobody had faith in it succeeding because it was just awful. The studio knows. If that was leaking, the studio knows it's bad. They're not going to put more money into a dumpster fire that is already ready to be published. I don't disagree with them not putting money into advertising. Let people who know about it and want to see it go see it, make that money, but don't spend any more on a dead horse that you know is already a flop.
But it may not flop.
Bruh. Bruh. No, it's put the mic cough away. We all know it's dead.
It's only dead because they're allowing it to die.
Yeah, that's
Well,
how
yeah,
I view it.
nobody has faith in
But-
it, so they're just letting it bleed out in front of
They're
the
also
whole
saving
world
a
to see.
couple $1 million on advertising.
That's
so
nothing though. In
That's
comparison, to what they
money
could have been
that they
spending.
they are not getting, but it's money that they're not spending.
Yeah. It's just a matter of they're trying to do the least amount necessary for the base viewer to come see it, that they expect to come see it, and then that's it. They're just like, listen, here's the minimum. Best of luck.
I think they're banking on the future. I think they're banking on once Justice League comes out in years in the future, people are gonna go back
like
and
they did
see
for
Wonder
Thor.
Woman like they did with Thor.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pretty good. Because nobody was talking about Thor.
No, that was bad. Nobody was
So
talking
yeah,
about Thor.
I think they're banking on the future.
I don't think DC has that kind of vision.
One would hope.
I really have no faith in DC anymore. Just with everything that's been happening with their movies, everything that's been talked about, all the stuff that's come to light. It's just they're bleeding out of every orifice, and they're just saying this is fine.
It's sad to me just because this is the first in a very long, well, I think ever really, a female-led superhero movie, and like, what was the last movie that I went to go see?
Electra.
Yeah,
Ooh.
since Electra.
Oof.
Oh
Woof.
boy,
I forgot about that one.
that was bad.
Everyone did.
We didn't.
But like when I was in the theater last, they had like one of those big things of Wonder Woman, and I see like these little girls that are posing right next to it, and I'm like, oh, this is like their movie, and it's going to suck.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
it is, but thank DC.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel will fix that with Mrs. Marvel. So
Captain
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel.
it's Miss Marvel, isn't it?
No, it's Captain.
Is it Captain?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan.
Ah, right. Okay.
All
And
right.
she is awesome face.
Do you
Yeah,
think
no.
maybe not in
Again,
this, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. It's fine.
Not in this movie, but the next one, if it performs well, do you think they'll introduce her?
They're gonna introduce her in this one. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is she already
Yeah,
cast?
exactly. Yeah.
She's gonna be introduced, bruh.
Okay.
Just it's gonna happen. But I'm
Her whole origin, her whole origin is she loves in Carol Danvers.
Okay. I'm not
And
very
she's
familiar.
totally gonna be in Marvel Infinite.
Think so?
Totally. Marvel's only gonna use characters they're trying to promote.
Makes sense.
And it's gonna be Kamala. It's gonna be a bunch of movie franchises that are either coming out or have been out.
Some Inhumans, probably.
And
Oh,
isn't
definitely.
Camilla Khan?
Quake.
Isn't she like part Kree?
No, she's you're thinking of Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers.
Am I?
And she
I-
got her
I'm-
powers from a Kree.
Okay.
Kamala isn't a human.
Oh, she is an Inhuman. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
The more you know. All
I'm
right.
looking forward to that. Because honestly, when it comes down to the hero stuff, it's the way it's been since the beginning. Marvel's got the live action movies down. DC has the animated movies on lock. Like it's to each their own. They need to just focus on what they're good at.
TV. DC
Not even
has
TV. DC's TV shows are garbage now.
syndicated TV. I will say DC has. The streaming TV, however, is Marvel.
Ooh. Go ahead. Before we transition to the next thing, I gotta talk about something else. But go ahead.
Well, that's really it. Like, to me, syndicated TV. I'd say overall, good and bad, DC has better shows. Because really, all what Marvel has
Is
is
Agents of
Shield,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and maybe Count Legion. That's really about it, though. But
Fair
you
enough.
go to Netflix, and Marvel's got that fucking dominated.
Oh, dominated.
So they each have, to each their own.
But speaking of Netflix and speaking of syndicated TV versus actual Netflix,
Christ Almighty!
what?
He wants to get the Guardians.
Oh, we will. But so
Will we?
Netflix announces the Witcher Netflix series.
Oh yeah, saw that.
That's happening, and I am fucking excited because the guy who's dealing with it is the guy who did the first all the opening cinematics for the 3 games. So I have the utmost faith this is going to be outstanding. So not only am I getting a goddamn Castlevania series on Netflix that is gonna be, rated R, it's gonna be a Netflix or Witcher series that's probably going to also be rated R. I cannot wait for these 2
So, like,
series.
high fantasy, like Game of Thrones, but more fantasy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Less politics, more fantasy. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. Witcher for the net is gonna be so great. I'm so excited.
All right. Now it is time, DA.
Let's get to Mary Poppins.
So, I'm assuming you guys have strong opinions, knowing you two.
We have strong opinions on a lot of things. You
Yeah,
should know
strong
this by
opinions
now.
on cereal.
This is true. This is true. All right. I guess I'll start, and then you guys will react. I enjoyed the movie. This was a lot, I'll call it sillier than the first one. And I don't mean that in a bad way. To me, it was a very classic comic book movie of just ridiculousness, stupid one-liners. The plot, it hurried up in my mind. I'm guessing just because they didn't have to introduce a whole bunch of new characters for the most part. So they just kind of okay, opening scene, and we're going. And it kind of bum rushed to the end. But overall, I enjoyed it as far as that, my overall opinion. Comp Bros.
Boy.
This was my single favorite moment experience I've ever had in a theater, and my single worst. Because myself and BG were mercifully, thankfully, the only 2 motherfuckers in that theater.
Really?
Oh,
I've never
wow.
seen that happen before, and it can't ever happen again.
It's the
And
mythological
we
experience.
clowning on this trash.
Ooh.
It was amazing. The hardest that I laughed so hard that I couldn't. It was just a ha 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 ha, and I could not even get any more laughs out. It was so funny. It was the moment where don't tell me her name. Nebula.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, the fairies. Get out of my head. It was the moment that she had just gotten finished fighting Gamora, and she's like, "You only wanted to win. I only wanted a sister."
Really?
And BG picks up his phone and goes, "Yeah, Chris, what's up?" It was this big emotional moment, and he literally picks up his phone in the middle of a movie theater, in the middle of this dramatic scene. And I got up, I laughed maybe 3 times, and I sat back down. There was no more laughs in me. It was the best, most perfect sitcom timing ever. I only wanted a sister. Yeah, Chris, what's up? It was amazing.
So you basically got the outside looking in of.
Yeah, but that was a planned thing. This was just spontaneous amazingness. Oh, wait a second. We're having some headphone-related technical difficulties.
Man, we just need to buy a new splitter.
Yeah.
Can you
Need
hear
to
us?
buy a whole new computer.
Anyway, keep talking. One of their background noises will pick up eventually.
Da 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 da.
Nothing.
I wasn't talking about y'all. Keep talking.
How about
Just making noise.
we're switching the headphone thing?
Ah, okay.
This is just riveting.
So now I'm really.
Good. Yep. Okay,
Ah,
we're good.
Okay, so
Actually,
you did
loud.
not like the movie.
Oh no. Not in the least. This movie was, I labeled this as a trash movie for trash people. Is a triple T crown winner, this film. And there has not, I thought about it, I'm like, I would never say anything. It's trash. But I had such, because again, this movie was just a minute, in 1 minute, compromised like 6-7 jokes. And when you're sitting there blank faced, it's just a miserable experience. That whole beginning scene with the dancing group, I'm just sitting there just looking at it, just going, man, people are gonna find this funny. And that's good for them, but I'm not liking it. And this is gonna set the tone for this movie. And I can already tell, not good things. Again, me and BG were alone in the theater, and I'm just throughout the first like 10 minutes, just just rapid firing, just snarky comments and stuff. Like the movie is just rapid firing jokes at me, and BG just goes, just give it a chance. And I'm like, you know what? He is right. I am being too harsh on this movie outright. I'm too geeked about being alone in this theater finally, which was fantastic. I kept on turning around after every noise, just like, oh, there's somebody coming. They're gonna ruin my experience. Nobody did. So I'm just like, okay. So I just calmed down a little bit until I was just like, you know what? It hasn't gotten me yet, and I don't think it's gonna get me. And then I just went full. I just turned that bucket over and just let all that fly.
The best part was he said, if I was in the mood to laugh, I would have laughed at that. And I'm like, how do you get in the mood to laugh? You laugh or you don't.
But I laughed
miserable.
I laughed a legit 3 times. One of them was the very last line of the movie, and I can't even tell you the others. I probably laughed at the Zoom thing, probably, but I don't know if that was one of the ones where I was just like, you know what, if I was in the mood, it'd be funny. I did go, that was kind of funny a couple times. I could see how people would laugh, but I legitimately laughed, and not even it was like 3 times. The Stan Lee thing was amazing. I'll say that. 5 stars for that.
All right.
But again, you're just being shotgun jokes just constantly. And I'm just sitting there going, To the point, me and BG just texting in the film. BG picking and just answering phone messages. when we usually rock paper scissors so see who go gets the drinks. He was just like, I'm going to get it. There's gonna be plenty of times. When Star-Lord was gonna make the ball, when he was about to make the ball, he got up and left, and he came back and they were throwing it. He was like, did he make the ball? I was like, yeah. What you missed was it? Like, no, I got it.
Yikes.
This was an extraordinarily boring movie. I almost got up and walked out. BG had to physically put his hands on me to stop me from getting up and walking out 2 separate times.
Why? What
I
caused
would
it?
have been out there in the lobby playing Pac-Man or whatever they had until BG walked out 5 minutes later because he would have been miserable by himself. He was like, yeah, okay, I got everything I needed to. The moments were at the very end where they got all their mystical power and they're flying around and fighting. Let me stop right there for a second. I turned to BG as they're flying around and fighting, and I said, you remember how I said that my least favorite moment of Battle of Gods was the end fight when they're just flying and fighting? And that's all this was. But they're just flying and fighting around, and Peter Quill just makes this big, dumb, The Thing fist made of rocks. And I'm just like, yep, here I go. And PG puts his hand on both of my shoulders. No words exchanged. It just forcibly pulls me back down. And the second time, actually it was 3 times. Because then Ego makes a big dumb rock version of himself. I go to get up. And then Peter makes a big dumb Pac-Man of himself. And I'm like, I will elbow you in your eye sockets to get me out of here.
Better than Pixel. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay.
Wow.
Low bar. You wanna criticize?
I could eat a handful of dirt and be like, this is better than feces that's been vomited on. It's nothing. That I would have walked out and just gone. I have never seen these characters again. I don't care about their plight. They made it. They didn't make it. Who cares? That killed. That killed every interest that I will ever have in these characters, in this franchise, in anything Guardians related. BGU said like nothing.
I mean, there's nothing for me to say. I thought it was a man movie.
BG was largely mad. I'm sitting there just shaking the chair in front of me, just like, let me out of here.
He was tortured. I was very just like, this is totally a movie.
And we was walking back just talking about it. He was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, no.
So the gold people did absolutely nothing for you at all?
The what people?
The gold people.
What were they supposed to do?
Dumb. Boy, the biggest, flattest moment was the rug unfurling. That was the biggest, wettest fart of the entire movie. Outside of 3 separate characters turning to the camera and going, here's my backstory. Why are you telling this random guy about your robotic parts? He doesn't care. Let's go, I got something to do. I gotta kill my sister. Whatever. But she unfurls her scroll and goes, spotlight please, hear ye. And I'm just looking like, this is not storytelling. You're telling me a story. You're telling me things that happened, and I'm not feeling it. This feels like this character began at this movie. They didn't have a past or a history. They began at this movie, and they're fabricating a past. It's like me saying I was an elephant tamer. Well, sure, whatever.
You were an elephant tamer?
Sure thing. I know all about their hooves and their claws. Dangerous beasts, those. Watch out for their poison.
Versus has a good question for you then, DA. How can you stand watching Super continuously but yet walk out of that movie?
I don't watch Super. I watch people reviews of Super. I don't watch that shit.
Well, there
Christ,
you go.
no.
There you go, Versus. Now you know.
I watch Super.
PG watches Super irregularly.
Irregularly. It'll be like 7 episodes behind. I'll be like, time Time to catch up in Super, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah, not a good movie.
Again, it's just a comedy it was comedy, action, drama. Comedy wasn't funny. Action was purely whatever. Drama was terrible. And
The only drama portion that I can really think of in the movie off the top of my head is Drax.
3 people turned to the camera and said, "Here's my sad backstory. I was a slave. I have all these robot parts because my sister is a piece of crap, and I was an orphan, and this is the only person who I've ever had contact with, and who cares about me." Those are 3 things, Michael. 3 dramatic moments. They stop the movie and goes, "Let me tell you something." And the final shot is a close-up of a raccoon crying at the death of his friend. Don't tell me there was one dramatic moment.
I just remember a lot of silliness in the movie.
No. Gamora goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go save Peter," and Rocky shoots him. I'm only gonna lose one friend today. That's true. I'm talking
So,
about.
Peter's Walkman getting broken isn't a dramatic moment.
When they closed up on it and deliberately showed it happening. When he slightly broke out of his trance, he just goes, "No."
When he breaks out the universe eye,
Once he goes, "I killed your mom," he goes, "Bam, bam, bam." No words exchanged.
These are all truths. Obviously, I wouldn't put this in my top, Marvel movies.
4,000.
There's a lot of Marvel movies that are better than this one, but I did not enjoy it. Different tastes in humor.
Les Mis.
Wow. There's a word.
I can count maybe 4, maybe 3 Marvel movies I didn't like as much as this. And Guardians 1 would be one of them.
So you liked this more than Guardians 1?
Maybe.
Okay.
Guardians 1 was way better. And that's comparing a 1 to a 3.
Okay.
I had so many problems with this movie. I was so not okay with it.
So, Clannad or Guardians 2?
What are you talking about?
Which do you hate more?
Clannad.
I have to ask every time.
There's no contest.
At this point, I want something to unseat the throne.
Somebody raping his mom and putting it on YouTube.
Or Clannad. Clannad's longer.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yikes.
Oh,
Don't
man.
understand.
The inevitable heat death is coming towards us for the Earth. Clannad was still worse.
This reminds me of when the Earth exploded in the robot boom.
Fuck you, Clannad. Middle fingers up. He died as he lived. Utterly detesting Clannad.
BG was he was purely mad. He did the least amount of talking in the film, whereas I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. That wasn't funny. Like multiple times, we went, it would have been funnier if. This would have been better if. Jesus Christ, that 80-minute scene of Groot getting stuff, cut that all out.
No.
Jesus Christ, it
It could
kept
have been. It could
going.
have been. They wanted the
kept
whole,
going.
it was funny, not funny, loop back around, too funny again.
Okay. Do you think about that one for a second? Just he trying to get the headpiece.
Yes.
And again, with the headpiece, Gamora shot it off. There were sparks. It made it look like he was dead, or at least I said Gamora. Terrible, sorry. Nebula shot it off. There were sparks. It made it look like he was dead or very hurt. Next thing, he's awake. He's fine. Whatever. He goes, I need a new prototype Finn. We know nothing about this Finn. We know nothing about the powers, the abilities, the capabilities, why it's a prototype, what's different about the other one, how he can easily just sort of think it in without messing up the clearly jacked up parts in his head. If he
rocket attached it.
Sure. But if he the first time he went and it whizzed by, he went, oh, the speed's a little too fast. I gotta get used to that. But no, there was nothing different between this and what they clearly stated was a prototype.
It lit on fire.
Could he do that before? She showcased his powers one time before.
Or he would've.
We don't know if he could or couldn't have. We know literally nothing about that Finn. We thought that it was only for his race, but then the last scene was his partner doing it. So anybody could just sort of get in. And I could just go not scene by scene, but I could just go a lot of points where I'm just like, this is stupid. Why is this? What is this? Drax is the worst because they completely changed his character from being the literal guy, which they was changed halfway through the movie, to just being this big, loud, boisterous, brash, honest guy. There was no hint of that last time. One of his first lines was, I single-handedly beat this creature. And I turned to BG and was like, oh, so he only has one hand? It was just completely dropped. And this is a completely different character. We still know jack about Gamora. She's the least interesting character of them all. Nebula is awesome because every scene that the Guardians was in, she was just rolling her eyes and like, can we get this over with, please? And I was just like, that's me. At one point, they're just quipping back and forth, and she just walks out the room. I'm like, love her. And the whole time, I'm just like, her face looks familiar. It looks so familiar with the purple outside and the blue inside. And I turned to BJ like, what is her face? You're like, oh, that's Zeno. I'm like, oh, it is Zeno.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
She could think them all away in the blink, but she doesn't.
Boy, if you didn't ask me.
Oh, that would have tortured me. Tortured. But yeah, that was... I could just keep going and going about this movie, but it would be belaboring the point, but I would just say this is a trash movie, and I hope to never, ever see it again, because I do not think it's going to stand up to a second watch, because there are just so many jokes, and I don't think they're going to age well. I can understand people laughing a lot in the theater, and just like, oh, I got to rewatch this to get all the jokes that I missed. But I got all the jokes. I'm just sitting over there. Another thing, you guys mentioned the Mary Poppins thing. Simpsons did that. Better, as a matter of fact.
Nah, not possible.
I forget, one of the Flanders kids was just like, they were climbing off a scaffolding, and Bart goes, don't let our hands touch, that's gay. And he goes, what does gay mean? It means that you were afraid, but now you're not. Daddy, I'm gay. Mrs. Simpson made me gay. Better.
Disagree.
That's right.
All right. Do we have any super talk before we sign
I
off?
got nothing.
A hot 3.5.
I haven't seen shit about Super
3
this
point
week.
for the movie.
A hot 3.5.
I'd give it a 6 or a 7.
Wolf.
7.8. Are you listening? Still one of the best.
It was a miserable, torturous experience. And we had gone to a showing 1 hour later than we were supposed to. So had there been people in that theater for the showing that we were supposed to go to, there wouldn't have been any hold in me. I would have walked out. But I was like, I am just delicious laughter. I am just enjoying myself too much in this empty theater, just cracking on this movie. Because during the previews, me and BG are being courteous, like, speak louder. Nobody's here.
And there was nobody there. I will never get another experience like that.
If you tried, you could.
Probably there'll always be that one or two people that just slink in like I'm hungover.
like I said, I got that for Ghost in the Shell, and that was fantastic. Just recline, just and no one. I could have just went around the entire theater, reclined all the chairs, and just rolled. That would have been amazing, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, god damn it. What the fuck was Super this week? It was
Gohan versus Goku.
yes.
Why are we just supposed to accept that Gohan is just so much? Between the times of Super Saiyan 2 and the beginning of the Buu Saga, a lot more time passed between the end of the Buu Saga and the beginning of Super. So why is he so out of shape now? Why is that such a big issue when he did literally nothing between Super Saiyan 2 and Buu Saga? Now these 3 years is just like, oh, he's nothing.
A shell of the former teenager at 11.
I just now thought of it as that movie broke me. Can I say I usually just, come on and do my art stuff. It's always fun. It's always calms me down. It always gets me sort of hyped. I'm like, yeah, I love doing this. This is something I love doing. I got the rest of the day. I just sat there, just looking at my paper, just like, I've got no interest in doing anything. I just want to go to sleep. That was my thought. And I just sat there just going, let's go. Now's the time. Yeah. I'm just like, I can't. I sat there for maybe 3 hours just sitting there doing nothing when I could have been doing something. Just drained. Just nothing.
And I went to go pick up Injustice 2.
And he just got back and I'm just sitting there just same position. Sitting there. Got me a sandwich, had a bowl of Reese's Minis. I love that candy, favorite candy. I'm just sitting there just eating. I'm just like, man, I just want to go to sleep. Nothing more, because it just drained me. And the last time I was drained like that was the end of part 6 of JoJo. And that had 5 of my favorite. If I made a top 20 list, 5 of those characters would be in there. And that drained me because of that. And this movie drained me because I wasted my day off, BG.
Not my fault.
I wasted my day off, and I got a quarter of the work that I would have gotten done.
Whose fault is that?
Everyone but mine. Because I saw that trailer and I went, I don't want to see this. I was fine never seeing that movie.
But the
But
fodder.
that experience will never be replicated.
And that's all.
I was just sitting there just like, I turned to me like, we could bootleg the shit out of this movie.
Oh yeah, after the movie,
Wow.
the 2 dudes, the people that come and clean the theater, they were walking around, they walked up to us, and was like, there's not a lot for y'all to do. We were the only ones here.
We're like, yeah, we just get paid to walk around.
And they stood there until we got up, and then they swept like 2 things, and they left the theater.
So anyway, you super. Yeah, ugh.
People are
For
so
some reason,
hyped.
it was Tien and Goku versus Piccolo and Gohan. Excuse me? I don't see why Tien could have been like, kind of mismatched here.
Kiko ho.
But then
Kiko, how are you?
Piccolo, you come over here, and it still would have been mismatched.
Didn't you almost kill me when we were weaker? When you were unfused?
Yeah, but
Mystic is just a form that you can just go into, and it's just God level now. It didn't even.
Everything is God level.
Everything is God level.
Everybody's God level.
That's the benchmark now.
you get a god level. You get a god level.
It's low God level, mid God level, and high God. Low God is all the riffraff, the rank and files, your Gohans, your Boos. Mid is your Goku and Vegetas, and your big dumb mustache guy, and your big dumb alien guy, and high as your viruses. Oh, Jesus Christ! The world is against me!
What?
It's against me again!
What?
City
So,
Comic-Con.
Motor City Comic Con. I requested Friday off. I'm like, okay, a little far. I'll spend a day getting there. Whatever. Have fun. And Jason Douglas, the voice of Beers, goes, yep, can't wait to see you guys. Saturday and Sunday.
Ooh.
He's not going to be there on Friday.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Muff ain't going to be there on Friday.
Ouch.
I'm going to see Guardians 2 on Friday.
The world is against me. Yo, the website says Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Apparently not.
Oh.
Dumpstered.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Nothing.
Enjoy your Friday.
You mean I have to not stand in a line? What the fuck is this shit?
Oh, no.
No, there are lines.
It's happening. I don't know how or when, because on Saturday I have a 10:30 to 9 shift, so that's dead. So I'm hoping for Sunday.
So, question for you. Speaking
Oh,
of,
I also already got my ticket, so that's $30 right in the toilet.
Quick
I'm a
question
cheap,
for you.
cheap man.
are you looking out for like Persona voice actors as well?
God,
For cons now?
what are you talking? Yes, of course. I've already sent out 4 of them.
Okay.
There's gonna be 4 people at MonsterCon for Persona 5,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
including Best Girl.
Yep.
You better be talking about Haru.
That's a toss-up because both Futaba and Haru are gonna be there. So
You better be talking about Haru.
hey, I am.
Okay.
But to the untrained person, they ain't either way. I'm just saying, it's Haru. But
He's just saying.
Hey man,
yes.
I am. Wink.
No, there's no wink in
There
here.
is no wink in here.
Haru's the best.
I mean, I hope Best Girl goes, but hey, I mean, we'll see.
We got that, and we have arguably best boy from Final Fantasy 15 too.
Oh yeah.
Gay.
I mean, God, I'm looking forward to hearing about more from Matsuri. There's
Oh, yeah.
just, dude, when I need more. I need to hear that. I need to hear the good news. I need good news. That'd be so awesome.
For sure. All right. I think with that, we will bring this episode to a close. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast and Stuff. We will see you next week.
Yep.